Hi, welcome to our pre-calculus. The topic today is factoring to find solutions in an interval for a trigonometric equation. Very similar to the previous lecture. That one was about sine and cosine. This one seems to be mostly cosecant and secant. The idea is very similar to what we have done, so let's get started. So we say let's A to be cosecant of theta. So long as these two functions are the same, we have an easy time. A squared is, of course, cosecant square of theta. And then our equation becomes a squared minus a minus 2 equal to 0. We factor that, a minus 2 times a plus 1 equal to 0. We get our answers, a is equal to 2 or a is equal to minus 1. Cosecant being 2, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so that means sine of theta is 1/2. Here cosecant becomes minus 1, so sine of theta reciprocal of minus 1 is again just minus 1. First equation gives us pi 6 and 5 pi 6. That's solution of the first one. And the second one, sine of theta being minus 1, is going to give us 3 pi over 2. That's only one that shows up, and that is the answer to this problem. So the problems in this section are just straightforward. Again, same as last time, a cosecant of theta. Therefore, a squared is cosecant square of theta. Our equation is 2a squared plus 3a minus 2. So I'll have 2a in one factor and a in the other factor. For minus 2, I can do minus 2 and 1. I can do minus 1 and 2. I can do 1 and minus 2. I can do, of course, 2 and minus 1. 4 possibilities for factoring this minus 2. Which one of them is going to give me 3a? So obviously if I have 1 and minus 2 out of these choices, I will have, excuse me, I made a mistake. So I'll have plus 2 and minus 1, so that I will get 4a minus a. That's going to give me my 3a. The product of these two is 0. So let me correct this one also. So the choices that we have here, out of these 4, this is the one that works for us. From the first factor, I'll have a is equal to 1/2. And from the second one, I have a is equal to minus 2. What was the meaning of a? A was cosecant of theta. Cosecant of theta being 1/2, or cosecant of theta being minus 2. Well, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so this means sine is equal to 2, and this means sine is equal to minus 1/2. This one will have no solution because sine is never above 1. And this one are solutions, as I've seen multiple times. This is going to be 7 pi 6 and 11 pi 6. These are the two possibilities for this problem. This is an example on secant, same approach. A is secant of x. So a squared is secant square of x. So I'll have a squared plus a minus 2 is equal to 0. We factor that, a plus 2 times a minus 1 equal to 0. That tells me a root of this one is minus 2 and root of second one is 1. this tells me that secant of x is minus 2, and this one tells me secant of x is equal to 1. Secant is reciprocal of cosine, so first one is saying cosine of x is minus a half, and second one reciprocal of 1 is just 1. Cosine of x being minus 1/2. How do we handle that? We say we draw the unit circle. Remember, this is the cosine axis. Minus 1/2 is somewhere here, and we draw a vertical. These are the two angles. This one, excuse me, to here, or go all around and come to this one. So this becomes x is equal to 2 pi third, or 4 pi third. Look up in the table or circle, or draw a picture. Cosine of x equal to 1, I get x equal to 0. So 0, 2 pi third, 4 pi third are the answers up to 2 pi. General answers would require that we will add them all up. Now, so we are learning how to do quadratic equations, where instead of just having a plain x squared, we have some trig function squared. So long as the trig function in both of these two terms are the same, the problem is quite straightforward. If they were different functions like sine squared plus cosine plus some number, that would require a little bit more, and you have to apply perhaps Pythagorean identities to solve that. Okay, until that time, good luck and God bless.